tomorrow. And for the Hills Hornets, if they have any chance whatsoever, they must win and then also rely on other results to go their way. So all that action coming your way in about 5 minutes' time here on New South Wales Touch Football. Welcome back to Port Macquarie Regional Stadium here for the Women's Open A Division. The Canterbury Bulldogs taking on the Hills Hornets in a battle for Sydney. And, of course, a battle for a place in the Budgie Smuggler Finals Day. James Preston with you in commentary alongside Jubilee inductee Gab Rose. And, Gab, of course, you're a woman who's played at this particular division in the Premier Division of the women's competition for many, many years. And ultimately, you've been inducted as part of the best side of the past 50 years as we see a big ball floated over the top here. Early problems here for the Hornets. Zartley Austin goes in, but I mean, this is a division you have a lot of experience with. What do the girls need to bring to the table here with a final spot on the line?
Yeah, I think they'll definitely have their A game. There's a lot of talented players. in the Bulldogs, and a lot of up-and-coming players in the Hills as well. So I'm looking forward to an exciting game going end-to-end. Key here is ball control and field territory.
So here come the Hornets from the restart with their first use of the ball, already behind by 1 inside the first minute. Ground to make up from the get-go. Lamusu in an acting half. Has Williams in support, doesn't use her now. Williams now to Mackenzie Davis, quick hands, Williams, Lamusu. That's beautiful play from the Hornets, who sting nice and early here. They hit back, 1 try apiece.
1-1, this is what we came to see. Mackenzie Davies there, setting up some good play and a great dive over for the try.
She is the talisman for this Hills Hornets side.
She sure is. They're well coached by Mel Mitchell. She'll have a game plan and she'll have them ready to execute it perfectly.
The Dogs, of course, no shortage of superstars on their side. The Law sisters, Logan Flanagan, Claire Tandek, of course, all big exponents, and don't rule out Courtney Young. So there are plenty of weapons across the park on both sides, and here comes one of them now. Flanagan drops it inside the 7. Always a risky move to do so for both attackers and defenders. It hasn't worked on this occasion, but they still threaten that line. 1 try apiece it remains. Just over 2 minutes gone. Last play now for them. Andy Law to Flanagan, operating as a middle on this occasion. Flanagan feigns to connect with her outside woman. Pops it back on the inside. And a bit of a collision after supplying the pass. Flanagan, of course, a very physical customer. That time a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, they finished it on this side, in their box side, so they'll be happy with that at the right end of the park. Let's see if they can hold them down this end of the field.
So Davis drives forward and then followed up by Lamusu. Now Williams, who's one of the best drivers actually across this Hornets side so far in the tournament.
I like the way they're going up the field. Here, they're attracting the 2 middles, and they'll have a play here at the end. 4 on 3.
Last play now, quick hands, but jamming up very quickly as well was Mia Enright Bullock out there in the 12 for the Dogs. It meant they could get nowhere near the intended recipient, which was much wider.
The game's only 3 minutes old, but it looks like it's going to be a bit of a grind here. We'll see who can stay in it and maintain control.
Well, Bobby Law charged hard, the NRLW Premiership winning player with the Newcastle Knights. Great to see her back in touch footy here today with her roots. Now into halfway they go with another set to play with. Big touch coming in there from Jade Pond. And that could be a problem for her.
Too rough. Ref's calling her out.
It's a forced substitution. I think she might have been a little incensed by the run off Bobby Law previously, and she was a bit fired up off the back of that collision.
She definitely was. Hills have got their player on now, so they're back to their full complement.
Courtney Young is now out there for the Dogs as well in the 13. She can certainly create some magic. Keep a close eye on her. Here it comes now. Young. There we go. Straight away. The long ball supplied on an absolute platter for Zali Austin. Courtney Young take a bow.
That was amazing. You called it, and she executed perfectly. 2 from 2 there for Courtney Young.
Is it time to tell you I've actually given her an earpiece that she can hear the commentary directly as it unfolds?
Well, you're doing a good job.
All right, now we want to go to the left here, and we're going to work 3 plays, and then we're going to come back to the right, and then it's going to be popped through for Mackenzie Davis. That's what's going to happen next year.
I could have done with that yesterday.
You know, the only problem is Mackenzie's not actually on the field, so that's why we know that's not true. So they'll slow things down here, the Hornets. Ellis drops it off.
She's a young star of the game as well, only 15 or possibly 16 years old and playing Premier League, which is it's amazing effort. And she's definitely one to watch, really fast on her feet.
Well, she's certainly one that you won't miss either. She's got the strangest combination of boots I've ever seen. I must imagine they're from 2 different sets of shoes that she's put on there, Ellis.
I would imagine. But, yeah, you definitely can notice her.
And there she is with the yellow and black boots, and she comes up with a good play here and a poor roll ball. So good pressure from the Hornets, forcing that mistake.
They've got a chance out there with some numbers here. Well, Canterbury have recovered well through Tandek.
Ellis, quick hands there. Gracie Carpenter reacted well. Now drop it down. Jones, Carpenter, the sweep. Williams was an option. Didn't want to use it though. Instead, Tandek now comes up to make the touch. Did a good job to just force her off that little piece of balance that she was experiencing. Ellis back through the middle. Great ball.
Down.
Took it to the line. Held it for an eternity. And the support play was good. Back to level peggings.
Yeah, that was a great try there. The middles for the Bulldogs seemed to have it covered, but they just split them for that moment in time, and they capitalised. 2-2, good game.
Very good game, very fast pace. Both sides asking plenty of questions. And 6 minutes in, as you mentioned, Gabros, we're all tied up. Flanagan with the dummy. Now Cummins. Young drives hard at Mackenzie Davis. Those two are going to have a running battle, I can assure you of it. Oh, Flanagan nearly opened them up. Good diving touch, though. Now there it was Sophie Williams. Flanagan, as we know, can scoot. No stranger to long-range tries, that's for sure. Cummins taking on Mackenzie Davis. Back to Young. Good pressure here. What about the ball from Young, though? Oh, once more. She's absolutely carved them up with that passing game of hers and sets it up here nicely for Keely Silver.
That was a great pass, but also a great put down by Keely Silver. I know she's been putting in extras on the training paddock over the past month, and that was a perfect finish.
So Courtney Young with the hot hand at the moment. Each and every time they've been down there, she's asked questions and more often than not has produced the result. So Carpenter supplying a pass and then just taking her eyes off it momentarily was Annabelle Regan.
Hornets coach Mel Mitchell will be talking to her players now about how to overcome what Courtney Young's doing to them at the moment. I'm sure they'll try and fix that up over the next 15-20 minutes.
Law plays it here for Perrott. Perrott using her pace, trying to get on the outside. She's worked it beautifully there, Sailor Perrott. Lovely play, all created out of acting half. And then the quick hands with the width kept by Zali Austin, who, guess what, now has a hat-trick.
It was a great put down. Well done, Zali Austin. 4-2. Probably the biggest lead we've had in this 8 minutes, but it's looking like it's going to be a really high-scoring game.
Take nothing away from the defence. Both sides are just throwing the entire kitchen sink at one another so far. Really good opening. Great match to follow for neutrals as Tandek makes the touch. Ellis waiting in the middle there. Jones picks it up and Ellis once more. Tries to crab across field. No opportunities there though. Comes back to the middle. Ellis pops the ball back on the inside again for Ava Jones. And Ellis, you mentioned just how young she is. Still a teenager and carving up the Dogs here.
Sure is. And Ava Jones is only 15 as well. So that's the two young guns for the Hornets. And they've set up another great try. Straight back into it.
So 4-3, the margin reduced to 1. 8.5 gone so far. Oodles of time to play. 30-minute matches, no half-time breaks, and the sides changing ends when a try is scored.
They needed that, the Hornets, didn't it, to put them back in this match.
Now they do have an opportunity to put a little bit of pressure here on Canterbury, but they can't concede here, because that would really disrupt all the good work they've been doing so far. But Austin is going to collect number 4 here.
Great pass, Claire Tandek. And Austin jolly on the spot to get her 4th try in less than 10 minutes. That would nearly be some type of record, I'd imagine.
Well, the way she's going, she might end up with 8 by full time at least, or given this has basically been broken into thirds, it could be 12. Wouldn't mind seeing a dirty dozen of tries.
No, that would be some effort. Would make man of the match an easy decision.
Are you scared I'm going to put you on the spot again?
Quite possibly.
I'll do it. Don't tempt me.
I'm more worried about the weather.
Actually, those clouds are coming across, and I've already put the mocker on the weather. If there's one thing a commentator can do, it's curse literally everything involved with sport. Touch comes up, and they play it inside the 7-metre mark. Oh, had to get away with it quickly there. Mackenzie Davis. Lamusu on the 7-metre mark. Here's Davis again. Davis at the line threatening. Oh, good play there in defence. Now, I'm not sure that shouldn't have been another set here. I
thought it might have been 6 to go. I think they've got away with one. Steph Winchester came up with a great touch, but I think she might have got a head knock in the collision. She's very tough, Steph, so I'm sure she'll be back on.
I thought I did see a stray arm in there as well from Bobby Law. Just hanging an arm low to the ground.
Yeah, she might have copped her own teammate there.
So, very messy roll ball, and that's probably a bit of karma there for the Hornets. I think they were hard done by not to get another set of 6, but they'll start with this opportunity inside enemy territory as we come inside the final 20 minutes now. So, this one has zoomed along.
Yeah, they're still pushing up in defence here, the Bulldogs, which is great, trying to nullify how many touches they'll have on the 7. because there's definitely some attacking strike power out here in the Hornets with 3 touches to spare.
Lamusu through the middle. Williams, one of the great drivers in this side. Now Davis chimes into the attack. Oh, Lamusu back to the middle. Tandek, though, there's that experience on display.
Yep, got to be good to get past Claire. She read that one like a book.
Davis, last play here. Oh, just can't find the waiting arms of Williams. So change over here for the Dogs. They survive that threat.
Yeah, they'll be trying to drive it up the field here, take some pressure off and take control of this game. Davis is going up fast in defence.
Nice little run here as well, picking up plenty of metres from Alexandra Chung. Here they go again through Austin, who's already collected 4 so far, and the roll-on continues. Good set so far. Tandek wanted to link up there with Silva. Just couldn't find it in time, and I think that's a bit of a tough call there on the Bulldogs girls.
Yeah, I agree. They're lucky to get away with that one. But ball's back with the Hornets, heading towards their box.
It's non-stop action so far here at Port Macquarie Regional Stadium for this Women's Open Division. Hills Hornets in 7th place at the moment, taking on the Bulldogs in 4th. Both sides technically still with a chance of appearing in Budgie Smuggler Finals Day tomorrow. So they come crabbing across field here with Harborn, who gets it once more inside the 7 now. Back to Hickey. Hickey, excuse the pun, looking to leave her mark. Cut out pass here. Oh, great width kept. And a wonderful effort in the corner, but you have to be pretty good to beat Zali Austin. She knows all too well where that sideline is.
She sure does. It was a great take, but just not enough room. Austin kind of led her to that sideline and came up with the touch.
Tandek, short ball here to Flanagan. Oh, and you got to do a pretty strong touch to bump Logan Flanagan off her run.
Yeah, she landed on the ball there. She might be a bit winded.
And straight off the field as Perrott pops into acting half. She's got oodles of pace. Sailor Perrott, great little ball at the line too. Here's Perrott once more. She has caused problems each and every time she's picked it up. Long ball now. That's enterprising play from the Dogs, and importantly, they work it well away from the sub area of the Hills Hornets.
Yeah, they went end to end there, so they'll be happy with that set.
Oh, a tough ball to take. More than tough, almost impossible, and the changeover is impacted.
And that's what happens when you apply that pressure and you keep him down the other end of the field. You can get a cheap turnover. Now they've got a full set and they've got their attacking power back on.
Flanagan back into the fray. Cummins. Now, I could have sworn there was a stray boot in there, but this one's going to go against the Dogs. There's been a lot of 50-50s the referees have had to deal with in this game.
There has, and a few errors creeping in at the moment in the mid part of this game. I think because it started with such a flurry. We'll probably get it back under control very soon, I'd imagine. They'll just want to solidify with a few good sets.
Claiming the touch there, and yes, it is affected by Enright Bullock. Through the middle they come now with Davis. Touch there from Young. Ellis back out there in the yellow and black boots.
There's that
play
combination
now.
Again.
Ellis to Jones. Oh, ball left behind. Flanagan was all over her though.
Yeah, great shutdown defence there by Logan.
So roll ball here for the Dogs. And upfield they march. Good pressure, though, on display there. I think that might have even been Jones chiming in.
Was. Yeah, she's getting up quickly.
So Law pops the pass for Silva. Now Andy Law. Good run from her. Chung picks it up. Looking for support. Finds it in Law. Quick roll ball once more. Law again. Law with the cutout pass. Oh, wonderful ball. But how about the diving effort there to save a try from Alani Pond?
Great touch. I thought she ran a great out ball there, the winger, but even better defence. Well done.
Law, wraparound play here. Nowhere to go. Well done from Jones, who stepped up and shut things down. Now it finds its way to Lauren McCurley. Now, McCurley, of course, in the junior regionals was absolutely superb. I'm pretty sure from memory she got 6 in one game. So she is a player that knows how to finish and is very quick if they can unleash her.
Yeah, it'll be good to get her see some more ball out this side. Let's see how they sweep onto the field here. This is where they've got to be tough through the mid part of this game.
It's Alani Pond with a nice 20 metres or so pick up there with that charging forward. Run as Mackenzie Davis puts the foot down, scoots through into the backfield looking for support. She'll hold it for an eternity if she has to. And eventually finding support. I think she might have dropped it though there, Williams, has she?
I think they're going to give the try.
Pointing to the spot. Geez, I'd like to see that again. It was very close.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she had way too much time. She raced through the line. It was a very good effort by Mackenzie Davies, but she and just picked her timing on the pass.
So into the second half of the match now. Just over 14 minutes to go. Still a very tight scoreline here. 5-4 the Dogs lead. One of the favourites of the competition.
It's a really enjoyable game, this one.
The Hornets certainly are up for the fight. They come in now and stop Flanagan. Law. Tandek drops it off. Nearly overran that. Law had to come back for it. Does a great job to make sure play can continue. And they still work the strike dump here. Tandek, now Young, once more picks the pass with aplomb. Flanagan ran a great line, but Jane Pond is there to shut things down. Last play now for the Dogs. Young is at first receiver. Tandek also there. Can they work something? Well, they had all the big guns out there, but no communication.
They sure did. They might get an easy turnover here, though. No.
So McCurley nearly caught with it there. It's a very young side, this Hornets outfit, but they are doing a great job to stick with a much more experienced Canterbury side.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I mean, there's a lot of talent, and now they're showing their bit of experience. Even though they're young, they've been playing for a fair few tournaments.
Ellis, great pick-up from the roll ball. Ellis into the backfield nearly, but once more Claire Tandek. She's like a hawk.
She sure is. That was a great touch because Ellis was nearly through.
Here comes Perrott. Another one of these young guns on the field today. Sailor Perrott knocked to ground. That's play on, though. Flanagan and McCurley, a big bump there. Now, I think this might go against Flanagan. Well, I could have sworn the fend actually came from Flanagan there, not McCurley. She's much smaller.
Yeah, she might have a sore upper body there, the girl from Hornets. It was a good, strong hit.
Forward they march once more. This is Emerson Beck. Young dropping it back on the inside here for Silver. Cummins, who's recovered from her knock a little earlier. That's good to see.
Yeah, they'll be setting here for Courtney Young, no doubt. They've got a repeat set as well.
Not pushing up to meet the offensive line were the Hornets girls. That's why the penalty's been blown. As Beck turns it back on the inside here for Cummins. Young. Oh, great floating ball. Austin looking for 5. However, this one goes to ground. Good pressure from McCurley there.
Yeah, that was definitely better defence. They knew it was coming back this way. But you're right, she was nearly in for 5.
I'll have a chat here as well with Courtney Young. Maybe just trying to calm tempers a little bit.
So she's come off a great Vorden Cup, Courtney Young being crowned the Karen Smith medalist for the best player for the Women's Open in Vorden Cup.
She's continued that form here for the State Cup. As Ellis crabs across field and turns players up underneath. One of those is Lamusu, who picks up easy metre 6. She can still keep running. She'll beat the entire team by the time she's done. Finally caught now after a 50 or 60 metre effort of zigzagging.
There's Davis again, the ref's down.
The referee's hit the deck. Davis into the backfield. Ball over the top. However, they said she's put a foot on the dead ball line. That's a heartbreaking play there from Davis.
Yeah, she sliced through again then, and that's second or third occasion she's done that.
Chung. Now up towards the sideline they come there with Law. Good metres on offer for Beck. Austin pops it here for Tandek. Andy Law out there now. And here she is with it. Charging forward, last play. Little bobble there, picking up from Tandek. Play on is the call. Bobby Law coming back against the grain, but Mackenzie Davis well watched in defence and slid out to meet her.
Yeah, not only clever in attack, but very strong in defence as well.
They are definitely in this one here, the Hornets. Still trailing by just the 1 try as we come to the final 10 minutes here. 5-4 to the Dogs. Up over halfway now for the Hills Hornets. Pond finds Williams. Another great drive from her. Always plays nice and direct. And a good cover defensive play there from Shannon Bissett for the Dogs out of the link position.
That was a better set by the Hornets. They asked a few questions coming out of their half.
So Tandek, scything run, picks up an extra few metres. Austin threatens to pop it back on the inside, but Alani Pond, good pressure in defence, stepped up quickly. Williams, a heavy touch, but no forceful contact as Young sets foot here and gets all the way into the backfield. Support arriving. Silver's there. Did they get there in time? Alani Pond is 100% adamant she's got there in time.
I think they're going to award it.
And they're going to say she didn't do enough. Oh, Pond, I haven't seen her blow up like that so far this tournament, so she was absolutely adamant she'd got there in time, but we'll stick with the referee's calls. They are close by on the scene. 6 tries to 4. The margin is 2 with 9 to go.
Yeah, and we just saw Courtney Young's speed. I mean, we know she's got great ball skills, but her speed there just went straight through.
So forward pass there from Gracie Carpenter. Otherwise, there was an opportunity for Jane Pond down the sideline. Had it found its mark. Pond makes the touch. Perrott. There's a lovely right to left pass on her. Beck, great driving run here. Picks up plenty of good metres. Cummins. Good touch, though, coming in from Carpenter, which really stops the flow on here for the Dogs. Perrott now out of acting half. Perrott with the long ball. Oh, Enright Bullock keeps the width, but I think McCurley's done a great job. No. So McCurley somehow beaten there by Enright Bullock, who had no space to work with and realistically no right to get that one down, but she found a way.
Yeah, I'm not sure how she got that down. She did an amazing job, and that takes it out to 7-4. Hornets really need to strike back quickly.
Yeah, crucial try there. Just moments ago, the margin was 1 at 5-4.
Yeah, went from Davies nearly setting up a try down that end, and we saw a try to Bulldogs, and it's opened up the gates a little bit here.
Let's see if they can respond now, though, the Hornets. They've got good field position here. Kenzie Davis. Harborn. Lamusu. Once more here for Davis. Davis sets foot. Oh, nearly got away from the touch there of Andy Law. A great diving effort.
Great touch.
Lamusu on the last now with Mackenzie Davis. Can't really open up anything there. She's trying to conjure a miracle, but might need something even more brazen than that, given how stern this Dog's defence has been at times. So Lamusu makes the touch. Chung fires it off here. Austin. Oh, that was close to forward. In fact, it was more than close. The referee's right onto it.
Much better defence there by the Hornets. They're putting in this last-ditch effort to try and keep the ball down this end of the field to give them some attacking chances.
So McCurley with the roll ball and now back to the middle for Davis. Once more an option here is Harborn. Stopped on that run. So McCurley finds it back towards the middle. Young comes up to meet Davis and makes the touch. Lamusu, quick roll ball. Davis, nothing presenting itself to her once again. That was very close indeed. And there you go. I think you're 100% right. That is more than close. It's forward. It's called.
Yeah, it's a shame because it was only the third touch, I think. So they still had a couple more opportunities up their sleeve.
Just on the sideline, the Dogs coaching staff are really laying down the law here. They know how important this fixture is if they want to ensure a place in the Budgie Smuggler Finals Day tomorrow. A win here is imperative.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be talking to them about holding the ball for 6 and keeping it down the other end of the park. Just the simple things. With the 3-try lead.
Perrott pulled out of the touch. Was able to pick up an extra 5 as a result. Here she is again now. 7 away. Oh, Bobby Law, great footwork. Steps off the left foot, but out of acting half. So that is the changeover.
Great touch there. I think that might have been Davies again.
She's had a big match, Mackenzie. Trying to put her stamp on things. Hasn't had a great deal of opportunities to work with, though.
No, the few she's had, she's done extremely well, but they just haven't had the ball down the right end of the park for her, unfortunately. They need to get a good set here.
Williams comes forward. Engages Perrott.
I think there's another 15-year-old. I think there's a third 15-year-old out there now in Tia Williams for the Hornets. So it's really looking good for them over the next few years as they draw a penalty.
Tia Williams in particular has, for mine, probably been their best driver across the tournament when she just runs straight hard. She picks up great meterage each and every time she takes a hit up.
Yeah, she's amazing on those drives. Really makes it hard for the defenders.
Sophie Williams is out there. Here is Tia now, and Sophie Williams it is. Back to Tia Williams. Oh, big dive as well. From plenty of distance. Nearly got there, but watchful defence from the Dogs inside the last 5. They probably need a result here, or at the very least in the next set, to make it interesting here. Oh, and they might have done exactly that. Lots of pace on display for the Hornets. They have got exactly what the doctor has ordered. 7 tries to 5 with plenty of time still on the clock, really.
Yeah, that gives them a chance there. The link for the Bulldogs there, Bobby Law came up to try and pinch the touch to help her middles out, but Hornets were on top of that and just jumped out towards the short side, used her speed to get to the line.
So the
Game
margin
on.
is 2. 4 minutes to go. Draw might not be enough here for the Hornets, who certainly need a result to give themselves a chance to push into a final spot.
Big names back on here. Courtney Young, Logan Flanagan. They'll be setting for a play there. Andy Law.
Law to Young. Young,
And
great
we see-
footwork on Law, straightens up and then dives from distance. Once more, Courtney Young with the hot hand.
Yeah, a bit different to what we've seen. She's been throwing the long ball today, but she drew them in and then held the pass up for Andy Law to score a great diving try.
Now, I think that particular try might be the nail in the coffin here for the Hornets. There is still a little bit of time, but I think the clock is going to beat them.
Yeah, I'd say so with only 3 minutes to go, but they'll still be wanting to try and peg back a try or two.
Well, that's to start here and now. Lamusu drops it off, and now Harborn comes forward. Davis popping it back on the inside here for Lamusu. Davis again at the line. Harborn caught inside the 7. They decide to play it in there initially, but Davis has other ideas. That looked to be very forward, and yes, called by the referees. They haven't missed too many in this match.
No, the refereeing's been great. That looked similar to what we saw about 3 or 4 minutes ago where they threw a forward pass back off the ruck as well. Another missed opportunity. They'll be disappointed with that one.
Less than 3 to go, and for the Dogs, it now just becomes about game management. Just have to work through their sets, minimise the error rate. And this one will be theirs for the taking as Chung comes upfield and over halfway.
Yeah, Claire Tandek will take control again here. Make sure they're getting it to the right end of the park.
And there is Tandek working it forward. And Austin, despite getting 4 tries inside, I think it was, the first 6 minutes or so, hasn't added to her tally since.
No, she hasn't had many other opportunities. But she'll take the 4, I'm guessing. Be happy with that.
It's not every day you get 4 tries in a match, so I think you're right. She'd be very pleased with that. Inside the final 2 minutes now. Davis off the right foot. Lamusu promoting the ball. Harborn, a little bit disjointed here from the Hornets. Now, I think that will be another set to play with. Yes, it is. So taking a play at that was Kate Phillips.
Yeah, it was on. The winger just got up into the passage, so she couldn't get the ball away. But I like seeing the Hornets trying something a little bit different.
Williams.
That's another
nice
great drive.
Each and every time she takes it forward, it's direct, it's to the point, it's very efficient for the Hornets. Popping the ball back to the middle is a very tough one to take. A big loping rainbow pass, and a few choice words as well there from the middle, who was on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the play, but I guess with a minute to go and you're down by 3, you've got to try something different.
So, as you mentioned, Gabrose, just over a minute left in this one as Perrott can see open space in front of her. Geez, if she'd taken off a little bit earlier, that would have been very interesting because no one was engaging her at all.
No, I think she had an initial dump in her head, but then she saw the gap. Unfortunately, couldn't get a clean play the ball.
So 50 seconds left, and the Hornets a chance to get a consolation try here. Good field position. Touch comes in, though, from Beck. Back to the middle now with Williams. Carpenter pops it here for the run of Regan. Towards that 7 metre mark. Williams. Regan with a chance here for herself. Coming across Cummins with a great touch.
Great touch. It looks like she might have copped a knock again or just checking on the Hornets player, but that's another great touch there by Steph Cummins. She got back and then up off the line.
I think Regan was looking to head to the sideline. She'll get there now. Someone needs to tell her there's only 5 seconds to go. She can probably just hang there for all she cares. But eventually gets off the field now. There goes the siren. And a really entertaining match, back and forth stuff. But ultimately the Dogs too classy in the end. I think the experience coming to the fore.
It did. I mean, there was definitely signs from Hornets, and as I said, they're well coached by Mel Mitchell, but in the end, the experience and talent of the Bulldogs got them home today.
So the Dogs running out 8-5 winners here in the Women's Open Division, and in the process. They've also booked their place in the Budgie Smuggler Finals Day. Up next, we move to the Mixed Open Division. The local side, Port Macquarie, will be in action. The Port Makos taking on the Wollongong Devils. We've just seen the Devils not too long ago on the same field, and we know they can certainly put on quite a few try-scoring plays. 26 tries across their matches so far, conceding just 5. They're a tough side to beat. And this one is ultimately a rematch of the Country Championships Grand Final. And on that occasion, it's the Port Makos side who claimed victory. We'll see if they can back it up here. All the action in 5 minutes' time.